Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomat YouTube channel. You got your boys here, Lanny and Bert. The Dividend Diplomat. Today we got two dividend stocks that are too cheap to ignore. We're going to look at these two dividend stocks. One is almost a dividend king. One is on its journey to become a dividend aristocrat. And trust me, this one is oh so sweet. Can't wait to talk to you about these two dividend growth stocks right now.
Guys, smash that subscribe button. Give us a nice thumbs up. We got two stocks, two undervalued dividend stocks here as the market continues to set all-time highs. As the S&P 500, what are we at right now? It's chilling at 5,700 at the time of this video. Filming it here Thursday night, October 3rd. We're getting a little bit further away from that first rate cut. But man,
Yeah.
a lot of volatility right now going on in the stock market. But we got two passive income growing stocks.
Yeah, we have some turmoil in the Middle East, which is causing all kinds of havoc with oil companies. You have potential strikes in the ports, which just ended, but that caused some trickle down through the rest of the economy. All kinds of chaos, all kind of madness. Throw in the interest rate cuts. Who knows what's going to happen? But you know what? The beauty of this is we're always looking for dividend stocks to buy. We're always looking for undervalued dividend growth stocks to buy right now to help grow that passive income stream. Today, we're going to focus on two companies. We're just going to give a quick rundown of their latest earnings, which are a few months stale right now. And on top of it, we're going to run them through the Dividend Diplomat Dividend Stock Screener, which features three metrics: the price to earnings ratio, less than the S&P 500, the payout ratio less than 60%, the history of increasing dividends, and lastly, that bonus metric, that dividend yield. Let's effing go.
Let's go, guys. These are two stocks. I own one. Bert owns one. But Bert, we've talked about the second one quite a bit. I cannot wait to get in here. Definitely know a lot about that stock you don't own, that we don't own. I know I don't own it. You, again, don't own it. A lot of great brands under that portfolio. And what a time to be also talking about this as we head into Halloween,
That's
guys.
right.
Because
I actually
that's
just drove by it, Lanny. I
did you
just drove by it. That's a
did you
little
roll those
teaser.
windows down and do this?
Yes. Yeah, and then I hit the little button that keeps the air in your car so it just stays with you
Yeah, it
in there.
circulates. And
Yes.
Bert was like, "Do you smell what the bird is cooking?"
Yeah, so we're gonna put that stock on the shelf. We're gonna talk about this first one, the almost dividend king here. Talking about Archer Daniel Midland, ticker symbol ADM. It has been a journey in 2024 for
Let's
ADM after that
go,
accounting
ADM.
scandal. The accounting scandal shot it down to the low 50s and it shot back up into the low 60s after performance started to turn around. Now ADM is coming back down after revenue fell last quarter, after earnings fell last quarter. They reaffirmed their guidance, but it was a tough time, tough road ahead for ADM. They are now down 20% year to date, and that is why we're going to be talking about them right now.
Down 20% this year, down 21% since last year, up still 45% despite those headwinds, up 45% in the last 5 years. Archer Daniels Midland, I own a crap ton of this stock.
Here.
They are Dividend King or at the cusp of the crown. They're at the cusp of the crown jewel. But let's run them through the DD screener. Let's see if this is a great stock to buy right now. Because, man, we all know what happened earlier this year. Despite that accounting scandal, they said, "You, here's a dividend increase. Oh, you want a small one? No, we're giving you a big one, a double digit." But Bert, they are trading at $58.47. Analysts are expecting a little bit over $5. We got a 10/11 price to earnings ratio, undervalued right now.
Yeah, and it not only is it undervalued compared to the S&P 500, it's undervalued compared to that 5-year average PE ratio. That is 12.18 compared to Seeking Alpha. So it's discounted compared to its historical marks. Valuation, undervaluation all around. Number two, the dividend payout ratio, their annual dividend is $2 per share. That's a payout ratio of 37.31%. So even after that 10% increase last year, they still have plenty of room to keep growing that dividend.
Plenty of room. Why? Because they always grow that dividend. 7% average dividend
Mhm.
growth rate. Again, doing it for almost 50 years. I can't wait for Q1, Q2 next year to say, yes, they have officially hit that 50-year mark. Again, above average dividend growth rate. The question is, Bert, does that dividend growth, that passive income growth on this Archer Daniel stock, does it complement well to the dividend yield?
You bet it does. That dividend yield is 3.42%. That is well above its 5-year average yield of
Let's go.
2.59%. So 83 basis points above that margin. ADM, we'll put the charts up here. We're freaking loving it. What I'm looking at here, Lanny, was that price point. I'll always grab a few shares if it hits that 57.50. I'm loving it at that mark. That's going to put the yield just below 3.5%. So snag a few shares, build that position, and just keep pumping up in this almost dividend king.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I like that. I mean, again, trading at some good value, better margin than their 5-year average. I like it, Bert. I think is the SCHD ETF yield higher or lower than ADM's yield right now?
Oh, with the run up in SCHD, it's probably right around here. It's probably even with it. So it's a good benchmark to have.
Yeah, I mean, I know you buy, SCHD every single week, five
Yeah.
shares every single week. So, it's probably worth it to give it the old litmus test to see if SCHD's yield is higher or lower than these stocks. But I think you are in great company with ADM. I think I bought a few shares even around 57, maybe a couple weeks back. So, yeah, I like the price where they're at, Bro. I like where your head's at.
Yes. All right. Let's move into dividend stock number two. Hershey, ticker symbol HSY. That's why this stock was sweet. We're talking chocolate
It's
today.
too sweet.
Yeah, but you know what? They are much more than Hershey's, right? Their brand portfolio is much more than that. It includes, keep me honest here, Lanny. I see on this picture that we're going to put up here Hershey's, Reese's, Icebreakers, Dots Pretzels, Twizzlers, Skinny
Reese's.
Pop, Milk
Reese's.
Duds, Pirate's Booty, which are a favorite for my daughters right now. They
Which
absolutely love it.
ones?
The Pirate Booty, the little packages of like the little puff chips. Have you not seen those?
Mm-mm.
No. Oh yeah, that's been very big here. They have Kit
Let
Kat.
us know if you guys know about the pirate booty over here.
Yes, we're talking about the kids treat there, everybody. So got that. Let's see,
The
the
kids show,
Brooks,
right?
the Brooks. That and all kinds of goodness here. Let us know, everybody, before we keep going, what is your favorite Hershey brand? Do you like milk chocolate, dark chocolate, or do you not even like the chocolate and you like some of the other stuff here that Hershey's on?
Obviously I'm a big Reese guy. I don't know about you, Bert.
I love it. I love you, Cleveland. I love the eggs. Like I love the eggs, the pumpkins, the Christmas trees, all the
The
special
extra
those are the
peanut butter
best
one,
ones.
right?
Yeah, absolutely, I do. So what is bringing Hershey's up here? Obviously, much like
And if you
ADM.
guys need some peanut butter, you can buy a nice Reese's peanut butter jar. They
Interesting,
do sell those.
interesting.
They do sell those.
Yeah, interesting. All right, so Hershey's. Oh, I realized I made a mistake. I'm editing myself here. When I said some of Archer Daniels numbers earlier, I was actually reading the Hershey's numbers. Hershey's is the one that had revenue down 16%. That's
Yes, they
a
did.
drop in gross margin. Earnings per share were lower than the consensus. So I apologize, everybody. That was Hershey's I was talking about. It's Hershey's now. ADM, for the record, still missed on revenue, still missed on earnings. So it's not as if neither of them had great quarters. Neither of them had great quarters. Am I right? So much like they're beating down on consumers pulling back a little bit on the spending for some of the chocolate, some of the other pieces, some of the other snacks as well. And they're also dealing with the higher costs. You can only push the cost of Reese's so high before people stop buying them. And that is what Hershey's is running into.
Oh man, Hershey's. I mean, again, I've been hearing that Reese's, car radio commercial. They just say Reese's like 10 times. I'm like, what? What a commercial. Because,
Mhm.
the psychological aspect to what
Mhm.
hearing the word on repeat does to your brain.
Yeah. I mean, you
Uh,
don't really need to do anything more. Reese's. And you're like, yeah, you know what? I want a Reese's right now. It works.
I want a Reese's and I want it now. But guys, do you want this stock right now? This channel, this video is about buying Hershey stock possibly. Is it undervalued dividend growth stock? Do you guys already own Hershey stock? Let us know before we dive in to the stats from the DD stock screener. But they are trading at a whopping $109.99. 9.47 is the analyst expectations. So that PE ratio is right down the middle at 20 times earnings.
Yeah, and that is below their 5-year PE ratio of 25x according to
Hmm.
Seeking Alpha. So undervalued pretty heavily.
Don't you think they should mail shareholders a little bit of chocolate every year?
Maybe, but isn't that what would the cost of that be to mail chocolate to the shareholders from there? Would that impact the bottom line?
You may be at the shareholder meeting. I'm sure that's a fun one to go to.
Yes. All right. Well, you know how we're going to tell if that would impact the bottom line to the point where we would care? Let's check out that dividend payout ratio. You wouldn't want to incur so much expense that earnings drops and that payout ratio shoots through the roof. Their annual dividend is $5.48. That's a payout ratio of 57.87%. So, okay, Lanny, I'm on board. You can mail some chocolate to people. There's room to it. Let's do it.
Wow. Wow. Well, there is a little bit of room. A little bit of room at that ceiling for that 60% payout ratio. Here's the interesting part, Bert, is that they
Hmm.
grow that dividend by an average of 12.52%. They've been doing it for 14 years. Bert, do we have a tab by any chance on what that last increase was for Hershey? Did it keep in line with the
Well,
12.5%, or was it a little bit lower? I'm curious if
I'll
you
hang tight. We'll be able to tell you here in a second. Please hold. Please hold. Please
buffering,
hold.
buffering.
Oh, ho, 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 ho,
It was
ho,
bigger,
ho,
wasn't it?
ho, ho, ho. In February, that dividend increase was 14.9%. So there we have
Wow.
it. Mm-hmm. Ho, 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 ho. Okay, all right, I'm done with that. So yeah, that
Now, how does that
significant
compare
push.
to the yield?
Oh, the yield, 2.87%, which is 86 basis points above its 2.01% 5-year average.
Hmm.
Interesting. 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 And so performance wise, basically even for the year, down 0.54%, down 3% over the last year. They're up 21% over the last 5 years. You're seeing a lot of the consumer staple stocks that had strong runs post COVID, giving a lot of those gains back. And Hershey is still up 21% despite stepping down a little bit over the last year.
All right. Well, again, got great dividend growth, solid yield,
Yeah.
well-known company, big company, international. You've got $1,000. What are you putting your money on right here?
Ugh, between the two. I mean, I don't, it's hard to come across new positions, but I feel like if a company like Hershey's is going to be one that I'd be willing to sprinkle in a new position for. But I would like to
Wow.
do it. I'd consider doing that new position, throwing 1,000 at it, getting what, 6 shares basically. If that yield crosses 3%, then I'll be coming back for a little bit more peanut butter. So that's about $182 per share. So they're not too far off from that 3% mark. That's when I'm going to get really interested. So they're getting close. So that's why they continue to shoot up my watch list.
Okay, so not right into ADM then. You'd be more interested in Hershey's than
Yeah.
ADM.
Yeah. Or 1,000 in both because both are looking pretty solid right now. Did we ever think about that one?
I'm looking and I'm liking.
Yeah. So everyone, let us know. What do you think of ADM? What do you think of Hershey's? Throw it down there in that comment section below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up. And remember, you're either with us or against us. Jack.
That was Bert the Hurt and Lanny from the gosh damn Dividend Diplomats. Over and out.